Cool. All right. So this is the first Mixing It Up that we're doing on Zoom. We've had some good feedback on Zoom. A lot of realtors are already using it, so it's a little bit more familiar. So bear with us a little bit because we have been using GoToWebinar. So we're switching it up here. Yeah, so I've had a really good summer. We've just been kind of hanging out, and it's been a nice weather summer for me too, even though there's been a lot of rain. At least it wasn't 90s and humid like last summer was for me when I was, 8 months pregnant and miserable.
Yeah. I will tell you, this is not good humidity hair. I wake up every day like a Q-tip when it's like that. It's just not, it's not a good thing.
Well, we do have a few housekeeping items that we just want to talk about. We like the classroom, in-person classes. What we do want to mention though is even though we're not opening up the classroom or have a date yet just for that, if there's something that you as an office are looking for in-person stuff, we are taking requests for that and trying to work that around, because obviously there's still something to be said about in-person classes. Everybody learns differently. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Is there any other items that you want to add, Colleen?
No, I do want to remind everybody though about the YouTube channel. So remember that all of the classes, as well as the Mixing It Up that we're doing today, that's all recorded on our MiRealSource Media YouTube channel. So I have a lot of people who say, it was 11 o'clock and I'm trying to write an offer. What do you do for help? Remember that if you go to our MiRealSource Media YouTube channel, there is every class. You can go in, you can, click on the class, you can fast forward it to the part that you need. So when you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button too, because it will let you know when all of the new classes are updated. And we're excited because we get to actually demonstrate a new product, a new member benefit. And so now I think we added some polls to this. Did we?
I did. So just so you guys can see the YouTube channel, there's a playlist, and in here is where you'll see the past Mixing It Ups and today's Mixing It Up if you want an overview of the product that we're going to talk about, as well as some of the other things that Colleen was mentioning, any classes, tricks and tips. Our quick tips, whatever they're called, that are on there. And so go ahead and hit subscribe if you do not already subscribe to us. So I'm going to stop my sharing now. I'm going to run a couple polls just before we dive into the product. If you've never attended a Mixing It Up, welcome. My name is Taylor. I guess maybe we should introduce ourselves.
I guess we should.
Talking here for a minute, but we wanted to allow for a few more people to hop on. I do our communications here. We've been doing now 2 seasons. This is season 3 of Mixing It Up, where every month we have, for a while, we were doing these every week during the lockdown and then some. We broke it down to doing once a month, the first Thursday of every month, where we have a different episode, 1 hour long, where we cover something that's going on in the industry, have a guest, give away prizes, talk about some new things that are happening at the MLS. And they always kind of have a theme of what's going on. So we do have some really exciting future episodes that we're working on. And then this one is our newest product that we released in July, that we're going to be going over and kind of talking about some, new construction and things like that. So to get started, I'll do a poll.
All right.
I'll let you take over.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first poll.
I haven't done a poll in Zoom
webinar
yet. I'm all excited. We're like learning all new stuff here.
Okay. So a couple things that we want to know is, have you attended a Mixing It Up before? And would you like to see MiRealSource host a new construction class? Have you sold new construction before? And have you attended one of our NewHomeSource Pro classes? That's going to be the product that we are talking about today. We have a full-blown class on it as well. And if you have sold new construction before, how many deals roughly have you done? Just to get an idea of where everybody stands in the industry. Not that you guys are everybody, but you're a small sample. Just to kind of get an idea where everybody stands in new construction. Cool. Give you guys another 10 seconds to respond.
I like this.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's so weird to be able to sit next to Taylor and do this. It's so nice. We've all been doing it from home for so long. It's nice to be able to kind of look at you. And
see it even.
I know it is.
We can kind of touch at a distance.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good point, Ed. He said there's a 0 option. So not a 0 option. So yeah, if you've never done new construction before, you can just put 1 to 5. Good call. All right, so let's see here. You guys are about 50-50 in whether you've attended a Mixin' It Up before. Would you like to see us host a new construction class? Everybody 100% said yes. So that's interesting.
Not shocked by that.
Yeah. Have you sold new construction before? 100% has said no. And have you attended a NewHomeSource class yet? No. So 100% of you guys have not attended that either.
Cool.
Okay. And so this will be all new material for you. And have you sold new construction before? Everybody that's on this so far has been on the lower end of new construction. So from 0 to 5. All right.
Very cool. Well,
So
that's good. Well, that means we get to show you some new fun stuff today. Oh, and now I can see the answers. That's very cool. Very cool. Looks a little different than GoToWeapon. I like it though. Yeah. I like it.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Well, if it's okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So we are excited to show you your new member benefit. And there's been a whole lot of questions going on of how do we get more inventory? These poor buyers, some of them are right. I was talking to a buyer the other day. They wrote 8 offers and lost out 8 times. There's just not enough inventory out there. And so how do you give your buyers more to see? How do you work with builders? How do you introduce new construction? And that's what we're going to kind of cover today. We're also going to show you some lead generation that you can do with new product. But basically, the new product that we're going to show you is NewHomeSource Professional. And what it allows you to do is it allows you, again, to interact with builders, register clients. It allows you to create social media posts to show new neighborhoods and that show those buyers that you can still get them their dream home, even when inventory is this low. One of the things I ran just some market stats. Market stats is a program you have right now under your resources through Paragon. And I just ran some county statistics to kind of show where we are. Because in my 22 years of doing real estate, I have never seen numbers like these. So it's amazing to me. I don't think anybody's seen numbers quite like we're seeing right now, but I ran just a couple counties to kind of show you. And these are the fast stats, by the way, in your market stats program that you have. But in Macomb County, and I ran Mays here, but you can see the inventory of homes for sale was 2,226 in 2020. And by the way, there wasn't that much to sell in 2020, if you remember. But now we're looking at in May of 21, 886 homes. Wow, what a drastic drop. You're looking at almost a 61% drop or a 60% drop in your inventory. But look what it did to our average sales price. Wow. I mean, homeowners have never seen this type of return in 1 year. Your average sales price went from in May 20, you're looking at 217,000, jumping up to 269,000. So who would think you'd see a $52,000 increase in 1 year in an average sales price? I certainly wouldn't have. So just to kind of give you a ballpark, you're kind of seeing that all over Michigan. We're seeing a lot of people moving to the northern areas. And that's, I think we've all figured out now we can work remotely in many cases. A lot of people moving north, but you're seeing numbers in the 40s and 50s. St. Clair here, almost 50% down in inventory. We've got another case where it's over $50,000 in our average sales price increase. Oakland County was the most drastic, and we saw 74% decrease in inventory average sales price, now kicking it up to 417 $1,000 is our average sales. I mean,
Wow.
it's insane. We've just never seen this before. So the idea is, how do we give our members a tool that is going to allow them to see even more inventory? And how do you use this tool so that you can bring buyers in and work with these builders and get them registered? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. But I want to throw a couple terms out real quick because I found it a little bit confusing. I don't know about you, Taylor. When we launched this, there were so many names. I was just like, what does this mean? But basically, NewHomeSource Professional is the tool that you get as the agent to work with these builders, see upcoming communities. And a lot of times, let me be clear, a lot of times in the MLS, there may only be one home listed by that builder because maybe only one is completed or near completed. But maybe he's got another community, or he's got 7 or 8 spec homes that he started. A lot of times we don't see those as agents. We see the one that's listed, but we don't know what's up and coming. So let me be clear that these homes are not always in the MLS. Some of them are, but they're not always in the MLS because some of them maybe aren't nearing completion, or maybe it's an up and coming community. So that's where this Bdx tool, or NewHomeSource Professional, comes in. So my confusion was, a lot of people were calling it Bdx. So I was very confused. What is Bdx? Well, Bdx is actually, it was started in the year 2000, and it was started by builders and new construction companies. And so what they said is, we want to have a place where we can put all these up and coming communities and incentives for the agents. Maybe they're doing bonuses for signing clients. Maybe they're doing incentive for the client to get, premium upgrades. So how do you, the agent, tap into those great deals? How do you know about these communities even before they've hit the MLS? Well, that's the idea behind Bdx. So Bdx stands for Builders Digital Experience. And when they started this in 2000, this building industry said, we want a way to work better with the agents. And that's kind of the idea that was formed, so that they could work with MLSs across the country and show these incentives and show bonuses that they were giving agents, and make it easier to register these clients to work with these builders, so that you could work one-on-one with these builders. So that's what Bdx is. Right now, there's over 1,000 listings nationwide. It is a national program, so you can see information from everywhere. I know Debbie, our director of education, is from Florida. She's watching a couple of Florida communities. I know Taylor's watching Colorado. Very jealous. So the idea is, it allows you to see builders from all over, but in your neck of the woods too. So there's a lot of Michigan builders who are participating. After our class, I noticed that many reached out and said, well, how do we participate? My builder wants to participate too. You're more than welcome to reach out to Taylor and I. We can get you their information to get them registered, so your builder can be seen through the Bdx if you are working new construction, working with a particular builder. When I went into the NewHomeSource Professional, I saw 310 listings that were not in the MLS yet. And again, for a variety of reasons, some of them were just basically holes dug and they weren't really even built yet, but they were up and coming communities. There are 51 Detroit area communities that are listed in here for you to choose from. And it allows your clients to search these new construction. So if they really want new construction, they can see great information like floor plans. They can see information like builder videos. The builders, I think, have done a great job of advertising who they are and the products that they are using in their homes, that they're green friendly. And you can see all about these builders right from these quick videos that are on these homes. We're going to show you some of those today too.
And one thing I do want to add is following along today would be really good. Right now it's just a few slides, but go ahead and log into Paragon because some of our giveaways will be helpful if you're following along today. So like Colleen said, it's single sign-on, really quick and easy. Just sign into Paragon, and then under resources, you'll see NewHomeSource, and that's all you got to do. It'll open it up for you and be ready to go.
I love single sign-ons. One less password to remember, right?
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So right here, you can kind of see one of the homes that are being advertised. And again, they have great information here, like the floor plans. A lot of them, again, have those great videos, but they'll also tell you, are they close to being completed? They will have, a lot of photos from the interior. And what you can see right over here, a lot of times it'll give you like the model hours. And then right up here at the top of the slide, you can kind of see you can even register your client with that builder. So you don't have to call and make 22 different calls to try to get a hold of someone to get your client registered. I do want to point out that they have compensation and cooperation in here, but it is not the MLS. So you do need to make sure the one step you want to do, you want to post out, you want to work with buyers, but you do want to get an agreement of compensation and cooperation ahead of time. Then you want to go ahead and register your client with those builders. So think of it in a timeline, kind of like this. I post out onto social media, and we're going to show you how to do that. And we have the queen of doing that here. As you know, Taylor, she teaches not only a great photography class, but she started our lead generation classes. And so, and she's such a great communicator anyway. So we're going to show you some of those ideas. She also has done a great job of talking about how often to post, what to post, how long should your post be. And so she'll give you probably some of those tips and tricks too as we go through. But as we're going through, not only can you post out again to reach new clients to work with, but now once they start looking at these homes and they're getting excited and they want to start looking at them, you want to reach out to those builders and find out what their compensation and cooperation is and get an agreement in writing ahead. Because in the MLS, you have the compensation and cooperation listed right there. However, here it's listed, but you still want to make sure you take that extra step to protect yourself, to get that compensation and cooperation agreement ahead of time, and then go ahead and register them with that builder. And then you can do that again right from here, which makes it so much easier. You can also favorite homes. You can favorite communities, and so can your buyers, as you can see here. This allows you to also see what they're looking at. Again, you'll see floor plans, you'll see tours of the home, you'll see all the information for the builders, and it's nice because it's in one convenient spot. One question that often gets asked is, well, if I enter my clients in here, do the builders see the client information directly? Can they just reach out to them on their own? And the answer is no. That is your client. You are the only one who can see that information when you're entering them. The idea is it's one convenient place, again, to see all the information that you can share with your clients, but those details are not ever shared with the builders or with Bdx. All right. It will also give you information on up and coming communities. It'll tell you a little bit about the neighborhoods, which is really nice for, especially if you have relocation clients who are moving into the area. But I think one of my favorite things is really the ease of being able to post out onto social media to talk about these new communities, to talk about who you are. Maybe if you are selling new construction, you want to tout that you are selling new construction, you can hook them up with their dream home. I'm going to show you some example posts that we've done. Buyers are really discouraged these days, and sometimes just telling them, hey, we can still get you into your dream home. Don't lose hope. We've got a way for you to see these up and coming communities more on the horizon. And sometimes that's really helpful right now.
It's just so pretty.
Everything
Everything on the site is pretty. They don't have to really dig around. It's mobile friendly. So when you do share on Facebook, you can share it on your business page and then reshare it to your personal page if you want, as long as it was originally posted on a business page, and capture leads that way. And yeah. I will say, as long as something is mobile friendly and has pictures big and easy for me to see, I will definitely stay on the site. If not, I'm out. So that's one thing that we really liked about the product when we were beta testing it, is just the ease of use, and just it was very pretty visually. It was really pretty. So now, before you go into the lead generation real quick, Colleen, I just want to say for everybody that's on, we do have prizes. So the first prize will be, you'll have a choice of what you would like, but follow along with Colleen and tag MiRealSource in your post. And the first tag that we get will win a prize. So you'll have a choice. You have these yummy, soft MiRealSource t-shirts. They're stretchy. They're super soft material. So we just got these in. When we reach out to you, you can just let us know what size you would like. We have plenty of sizes all the way up to 3X. And then
I'm gonna stop sharing so they can see more of that.
New water bottles
Oh my
that
God, I
keep
love those.
keep your water ice cold for I think up to 8 hours, it said.
How come I did not see those? I love
So
those.
you're gonna snag one now?
Those are, I think I might
And I
have
think
to.
I'm gonna snag one of these as well as a t-shirt, but one of these mugs, stainless steel mugs, but it keeps your coffee or your ice cream for my husband. It's ice cream every night out of a mug. Used to be out of a big bowl until I started, ragging on him about it. I was like, okay, here we go. We need to tone this down a little bit. But I'm going to snag one of these for him because it'll keep your ice cream cold or your coffee warm. It's actually called a camping mug. So
it does look like it. It does look like something you drink hot cocoa around the campfire.
Yeah. So I guess I'm kind of plugging this one the most because I'm really excited about it.
So I have a feeling I'm getting a water bottle and you're getting a cup.
Yeah. So the first person to follow along with Colleen, share one of the single property websites on your Facebook page, tag MiRealSource in it. She'll show you how to do that. I'm going to be monitoring it. You can then tell me what item you want, t-shirt, water bottle, or stainless steel mug.
Oh my God, they're even getting to pick. I love that. That's very cool.
Might as well, right?
That's very awesome. All right. I'm going to open up my Facebook too, so I can actually show you.
Your post is really good that you just did, but
Thank you.
if you want to show them how to tag MiRealSource, just in case.
All right. All right. I'm going to finish up here. Let me just quickly share back here. Oop. Sort of jumped around there. No, I stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to keep giving away all the same stuff.
Yeah, that would be bad. I wouldn't do that. All right, I'm going to jump back to our PowerPoint. So really, just to kind of summarize it up, really what is the idea of this new product? And it's really a way for you to be able to generate more commissions, obviously show your buyers more homes, work directly with these agents. And of course, the outcome on the Bdx side, what are they getting out of it? Well, the idea is they're hoping to have a great relationship with you. They're hoping to be able to not only help you close more deals, but see those incentives. There was a builder, a lot of times builders will have these elevations, they'll have elevation A, B, or C for upgrades. There was a builder who was saying, if you register your client, we'll do a free upgrade to the next elevation for your client. So there was a lot of cool things on the builder side, on the agent side, and obviously that's great for these buyers who, again, are a little bit discouraged in this marketplace.
I did have a great question. I think you might have mentioned it early on, but Ed asked, is there cooperation and compensation agreements available within the MLS transaction desk forms?
Great question. So there are some purchase side forms that are coming to transaction desk. And there is a MiRealSource library in there. Of course, there is purchase agreements in there. A lot of the check with, because Ed, I know where you work, and I believe your brokerage actually has one already created. Many of the brokers already have letters of compensation and cooperation that are put together. Most will have the clients sign a buyer's agency agreement where you're working with that buyer, and you can actually list that builder out there. And most of our brokers have a letter of compensation and cooperation for the builder to sign. Do we have it in the library for MiRealSource right now? No, but I'm pretty sure if you check with your broker, especially because I know where you work at, you'll find that there is a letter already at your company for guaranteeing compensation and cooperation. It's the same one that you use for the Northern Great Lakes Realtors right now. With the Northern Great Lakes Realtors, as you know, when you go in, there's a big red area that says, be sure to verify compensation and cooperation directly, because we are data sharing with them, but they are not sharing compensation and cooperation at this very moment. But stay tuned for details on that coming up soon too. All right, so I am going to.
See, they get little sneak peeks.
They do.
When you attend the Mixing It Up.
They totally do.
You get the inside scoop here.
You totally do. Yeah, I don't know if I was even supposed to say that. So All right. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to kind of do this a little bit backwards. I'm going to kind of show you the post real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to simply go in, as Taylor mentioned, right through resources, which is kind of your agent toolbox, where you're going to find all your great tools. You have that single sign-on, and we'll show you exactly how to do this. But I want to show you two that I made real quick. One,
Can I just say something? It
yes,
looks like we
please.
had a few more people pop on.
Okay,
So I just want to remind people about the prizes.
cool.
I didn't see when they popped on, so there's been like 3 more people that popped on. Just so you guys know, we're about ready to give a prize away. So go ahead and sign into Paragon and open up NewHomeSource, which Colleen is about to do. The first person to tag MiRealSource in your shared post will have a choice of a prize that you can get. One of the t-shirts, really soft, yummy, stretchy t-shirt. Basically, I should be working on the prices right here. So
I think
water
you're the next
bottle,
QVC girl.
stainless steel water bottle up to 8 hours, keeps it cold. And then a stainless steel mug for camping. It's a camping mug. Keeps it cold, keeps it hot. And those are our prizes. So go ahead and follow along with Colleen, tag us, and I'm going to be monitoring to see throughout the episode of who's going to get one of the prizes of your choice.
I love it. Okay. So there's a couple different posts that you can create. We're going to walk you through doing this. So don't worry. And it's not a full-on class, because we do have classes that we'll go step by step, and obviously at a much slower pace. You can also see the class on our YouTube channel, which again is MiRealSource Media. You can see the whole class for the NewHomeSource professional product. But I kind of wanted to show you how nice, as Taylor mentioned, it's very visually appealing. And I think that's the big deal. So for me, I had found this really great house. It was close to completion. And I just wanted to give buyers a little hope that there are some homes that are going to be hitting the market here. And I kind of wanted to show them, hey, don't give up hope, buyers. I know you've written a lot of offers. I know you think you have to settle. So I just wrote a real quick post that said, buyers, don't settle on a home that's less than best due to low inventory levels. Search your dream home in your desired locations using my NewHomeSource website. And by the way, you all have a website. We're going to show you how to get that set up here today too. See specs, floor plans, incentives, and so much more. I have access to so many builder specials right now. Let me help you get excited about your dream home again. So, and then what I did is I actually just posted that right from the NewHomeSource Professional. I posted it right on, and the idea is, and we're going to show you how to do this. So again, if you tag MiRealSource, that's how you're going to get your prize today. And the other one that I kind of wanted to show you is that you can also tout who you are, your profile. So as you can see, you can actually set up, and if you're with a team, you can even use your team name in your setup. But kind of that same idea. Buyers, are you finding it difficult to find a home due to low inventory? I'm working with so many builders, and all new communities are popping up all over Michigan. Let me click on the link to get started about getting excited about your dream home again. So you can not only post your profile, but you can also go ahead and post, particular listings and communities, which I think is really cool. So, all right, with that, I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. And I did that on my business page. You can obviously do it on your business page and share it to your personal page too. I am going to now jump over to Paragon here. All right. And hopefully you can see that. Can you see that, Taylor?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, so I got a little pop-up that said my internet connection was unstable, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I did too.
See, when we work at home, we never have these problems.
Yeah.
We come into the office and it's
We're competing here next to each other.
all right. So under resources, again, this is where we want you to think of, it's your toolbox, right? It's where all of your great tools that you get, with the exception of taxes, most everything that you're using in here is right under resources. You'll notice under social media and lead gen, that is where the NewHomeSource Pro is right here. So as we click here, and by the way, I love that we organized that because that was getting to be a hot list. It's getting so long and crazy. Now you can go right to that particular item. All right. So once you click on your single sign-on, it is the first time you log in, it's going to ask you to verify your name. It's going to ask you to verify your email address, your company. So it'll have about 10 questions just for you to verify to make sure that your site is set up correctly. From there, I'm going to click on my account here. And I'm going to kind of show you that setup. So again, it's going to want you to verify this information, but then the next information that you're going to fill in is what are the markets that you're looking for? What do you want the newsletters on? And there's a couple different newsletters that you can get. Basically, there's an agent connection email, which again shows updates, promotions, incentives, builders, things that the builders have going on in your area. There's also you can agree to get text messages talking again about agent commissions, different incentives that you have going on. And then you can also sign up for the weekly email that talks about promotions too. So you kind of choose how you want to communicate, how you want them to communicate with you. And then the markets you're looking for, what area are you looking for? And there's a big long list that you can choose from. I find it easy just to type in Michigan and then it brings up a lot of those communities. You can kind of just go in and click the ones that you're looking at. And there's more builders. I can tell you right now that there's more builders being added to this list. And so keep checking that list. As I mentioned, I know we just sent 2 builders over to Bdx that will be joining. So keep updating that list as we go forward. And then all you have to do is go in and save your preferences and your account has been updated. The other thing is the third name that I kind of want to throw out there, because again, I found this part a little confusing. It's just there's so many names. So as I mentioned, NewHomeSource Professional is your tool. It's your member benefit. It's what you're using. Bdx, that's really the company that started this whole thing. It's where the builders got together and said, hey, let's make something so we can communicate with these agents. But then there's a third one that I didn't really understand why there was a third one, but showingnew.com is basically your website now, how you're going to interact with your clients. So that when you hear us talking about showingnew.com, that's basically the website that you're setting up to work with those clients. So they're seeing your branding and your information. So the second thing, when you're setting up your profile, you want to make sure you're going to that customizing your site here. And that's where you can actually change your name. And Taylor's the one who actually pointed this out, which I think is really cool because you can add this link to anything. You can put it in, in your email signature line. You could really tout it out onto social media, but you want to make sure that the link that you're using obviously is the name or team name. So it matches your marketing. So for instance, when I logged in, it just said Colleen Delange, but I actually have a website that's Colleen Sells Michigan Real Estate. So I wanted to customize it with that. You want to make sure that you set it up correctly the first time because you don't want to start advertising that link and then change it because it doesn't update the link. What it does is it creates a new link if you change it. So you do want to decide what is your link going to be? What is your marketing that you want to drive with your showingnew.com site? As you scroll down,
because if you do change it, it kills that link.
Kills the old
anybody
link.
that's been set up under your account or still uses this as a resource, it will be a dead link. So you want to keep what you have or set it one time.
Yep. So that's, and since Taylor is the head of marketing, she knows a lot about that. So that was a really good tip.
Not to change your URLs.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be one thing today and something else tomorrow, because it's very hard for them to find you.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've always said too, is don't put your brokerage name in your URL, because if you change brokerages, then you're stuck with that URL, or you've lost that link that people are using as a resource.
A lot of people say that with emails too. If you have a brokerage email, you're really tied to that brokerage. So you better be sure you're going to, be there forever.
Yeah. For the long haul.
All right. So going forward, so as I scroll down, you're going to add in your headshot. You're going to add in your logo. And it's very, very simple to add these things in. Very easy to add in like a background for your page. You can simply click on it, find it on your computer and pull it in. You can crop it, some basic cropping tools here too. So pretty easy, but you can also add your designations. So bottom of your footer, and we're going to show you that in just a moment, it will have your designation. So if you've got your SRES or you've got your GRI and you want to add that designation, you can add it right to the bottom. Pretty easy to pull those into. And then, of course, your contact information. It's also good to make sure that you add a disclaimer. I know Dave, our CEO, is big on disclaimers. So in my notes, he made me promise to add that the information is deemed on this website to be accurate, but not guaranteed. Just like you see in the MLS, you've got that same sort of disclaimer at the bottom. And then down at the bottom here where it says Google Analytics, this is if you're using a Google business page, correct, Taylor? And you know a little bit more about that than I do, but you can actually tie the analytics into that.
Yeah, your account to that, and then get your that tracking for you, depending on how you're using analytics.
Perfect. So I'm going to scroll down. You can also do that preview and then obviously save those changes. And so the idea is you just want to make sure it looks just the way you want it as you start using it. And then, as I mentioned, you can go in, you can save listings. You can see what your clients are favoriting. The clients go in and also grab this house right here. Clients can go in and do their own searching. They can save their own favorites. But I really like, as you mentioned, Taylor, really the overall look here. Mm-hmm. It's got a very clean and very simple look. I can go ahead and register a client with the builder right from here. Again, do make sure you've got your verification of completion and cooperation in writing, but then go ahead if you have clients that want to go in and start talking to these builders and looking at these models, make sure that you're registering them here.
And one thing too that is important to know is that, as the public facing side, this little text box off to the right over here, if a client or a lead fills this out but hasn't reached out to you on your Facebook page, what's nice is that builder will then reach out to you. So you don't have to worry about the client going and filling this out, and then this is all tied to your account, and the builders see that on the Bdx side to then reach out to you as the agent, not the client.
Love that. Love that. All right. Again, they can see videos in here, floor plans. And when they're looking, by the way, one of the things I really liked on this is when you, and I'm going to take you into a screen where you can see it even more clearly, but it will also tell you if it is completed construction, if it is nearing completion, meaning that, it's semi-built, or if it's just a plan where there is no start of that property. And so we're going to kind of walk you through, but there's these little icons kind of next to plan. You'll be able to kind of see it right here. And it tells me that this one is not built yet. This is a coming, it's up and coming, but it's not actually completed yet. So there's some really cool things that you can see very easily here, but let's go ahead and let's actually post. One more thing is if you scroll down too, this is where you see those agent promos. And you can see that they're giving away a free credit report, their invitation to realtors. They're having a realtor open house to show off some of their new models. And a lot of times you'll see incentives, sometimes it's a $5,000 bonus if you get them under contract, before X date. So you'll see some very cool incentives that way too. The videos I think are really good. These builders will spend a lot of money talking about the premiums that they offer, the products that they're using, their green friendly statuses. A lot of these videos really highlight those too. But now I want to go ahead and I want to use this to get buyer leads. And it's pretty simple. It actually tells you right here, get more buyer leads. Let's post it out. So we're going to go ahead and post it out onto social media.
And this is where you guys can follow along. Just pick a listing that you see. So hopefully you had NewHomeSource opened up.
All right. And Taylor's actually monitoring this, so she'll know if you're not paying attention. It's kind of like you're the teacher.
I'm waiting for one to come through.
Now you can go ahead and of course post this on your business page. You can also post it on your personal page or a page that you manage. And then you're going to write your call to action. Taylor, give us a couple tips. You're really good about how long should your post be?
I like for a post to be like a short paragraph. Obviously a little longer is not going to hurt either, but with so much scrolling going on, it's nice to have, you know, an introduction of what this is, sentence 1. Sentence 2 is why they should care, and sentence 3 should be a call to action. So check out this, you know, property with inventory so low and you're looking for homes, know that there's other options out there for you. I have this great new construction website. Go ahead and check it out and let me know if you have any questions along those lines, because then you told them what it is, you told them why they should care, and to check out this site that is yours and to let you know if they have any questions.
I love it. All right, so I am being constructed right now. All right, so I'm just going to give you a real quick, just for the sake of time, I won't go too far into it, but buyers, don't lose hope. Your dream home is being constructed right now. I'm working with a lot of builders with up and coming communities. These are things that you want to write. So obviously short and sweet, as Taylor mentioned. And then they want to tag us, correct, Taylor? And tell them exactly how they tag us again.
So to tag us, you're going to do the @ symbol.
Oh, I did the pound symbol. Hold on. Let me change that. There we go.
Yep, @ symbol, and then type out MiRealSource, no space after the @ and then it should drop down and give you a choice to tag MiRealSource.
Okay, so at MiRealSource, and Taylor's going to be watching. If you create a post and you do the @ at MiRealSource and you tag us, then Taylor is going to get you set up with a prize, and you get to choose today. So I'm choosing the water bottle. I'm just telling you. So go ahead and create that post. Remember, you're going to put in a quick call to action. You can share it to your page. And if you share it to your business page, and Taylor teaches a great class on this too, about creating a business page and then sharing to your personal page. That's always a great idea too, just because you're putting that home out so everyone can see it. And then you're sharing it obviously to your close circle of friends on your personal page too. Taylor, do we have anybody yet?
Double check and see.
Anybody yet? So again, I'm just kind of going through it right here. Buyers, don't lose hope. Right. I know it takes a minute to write your post too. We're going to do the @ sign, as Taylor said. And then as you can see here, as I start typing MiRealSource in my drop down, it's going to show up. I'm going to click on it. And then you're going to go ahead and post it to Facebook. Yeah. All right. We'll give you a minute to do that. All right. And let's talk a little bit about client searching too. So I'm going to jump over to my saved searches here. And we've got Barry Buyer, or looking for his dream home here. They can go in, they can save communities and homes right from here. Again, what I like so much is that it will also tell them if it's a plan, is it up and coming? Is it something that they've started building, or is it a home that's actually been completed? And you can kind of see that little symbol on each one of these. So if they know they have to be in somewhere in, let's say, 90 days, well, I know if it's just a plan, that's probably not going to happen. That may not be the home for them. I know I want to get bills. They can email you information and ask questions. And of course, the idea is to make it easy for you so you can go in and you can see all of the detail and get them registered with that builder who's going to be able to obviously answer their question on everything. All right. Taylor, did we get anybody yet? Kind of excited to give away some stuff.
I know. I'm hoping.
One more thing while Taylor's looking at that, very easy to import your clients to. Paragon has its own contacts section. I'm not sure if they're going to see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing and just share my whole screen here and make this a little bit easier as I jump around. So Paragon has a contact section right here up at the top. Mine looks like a surfer. But if you go to viewer managed contacts right here, they have an export utility. So if you have a bunch of buyers in Paragon right now, you can actually export your whole contact list, and then you can easily import them directly into the client section of New Home Source Professional. So it's a simple export and import, and that way you have all of your clients. So if you have clients that are looking for new construction right now, or just buyers who are looking, period, make sure that you pull them from Paragon. And if you have questions, remember we have support that will walk you through, and you can actually pull in your whole list so that you can set them up. They can start searching for those homes themselves.
Doesn't look like one came through yet.
Okay.
But just show them quickly where they go in Paragon and opening it up, just so that they
The context.
see. Yeah, just
context?
just the start. So like resources, New Home Source, and
Gotcha.
then where they go to Facebook share. Just as a little reminder, we'll be watching it.
All right.
And then we'll have one more task or one more question for you guys to win another prize.
All right.
And I'll just be waiting on
Cool.
that because they might be wanting to take their time.
All right. So again, just if you joined us a little bit late, to get into your new member benefit, you're going to go to resources right up here at the top. And we are going to go under social media and lead gen. So we're going to go to the New Home Source Pro right here. You want to make sure when you go in, the first thing you're doing is setting up your account. Remember that the myshowingnew.com is basically your site that you are working with those buyers. And by the way, you can start searching for homes right from your dashboard. There's great videos too. I didn't talk about that. There is these little training videos. They're 2 and 3 minutes long. So if you want a little bit of help on, how do I create my first post? Where do I go? And, after today, again, we're recording this so you can see it on our YouTube channel. But if you just want a little 2-minute introduction on, how to do something, they're listed right here. They're 2 and 3 minutes. They're short, customizing your new site, posting out on social media. Each one of these things is listed. So it'll basically walk you through, and you can even follow along on your own screen, which I love.
All right. So this will lead into the last things that we want to kind of talk about before we close out today's episode. I'm going to take over. I'm just going to refresh to make sure no tags came in. I'll check before the end as well.
Did I hit everything? Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
I sort of got
I mean, just
okay.
like what you mentioned, though, there is a full class where you can go into even more detail and show all the features of client setup and setting up your account in more detail. So just keep that in mind that we do have this incorporated in the lead generation class. And I think we might be doing another couple New Home Source classes all on their own,
Yes.
but these are also on YouTube too. So just keep that in mind. All right, so for the next prize that you can win with your choice of the 3 items is, how old is MiRealSource?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
How old is MiRealSource?
And it looks like we did get our first post too.
Oh, good. How many years old is MiRealSource? We've been pushing a lot of information out there about this, so hopefully,
Ooh, I'm seeing it in your
close, Kara.
I think
Who is? Oh, Ed.
Ed got it.
Okay, Ed, you got it. All right, Ed. So
Congratulations.
we have a water bottle, a mug, or a t-shirt. What is your preferred prize for today?
What's he gonna say? I'm curious.
Water bottle, please.
I love it. That's what I would have chose. Good choice. Good choice.
Good choice. All right.
But not that one, because that one's going home with me.
So we'll get those mailed out. I think I have your address in my email. I think you want a prize few Mixing It Up's back as well. So.
I've got his too. Yep.
Okay. All right. So we will
We'll send
get
it
that
out
out
to
to
your
you
office.
probably early next week. If not tomorrow, we'll we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, early next week.
We're in the building,
latest.
so the odds are good we'll get done today. But
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, all right, awesome. So that actually leads me to talk about the fact that we are 100, and that we have 100-year birthday bash. We were doing them kind of in the winter when it was slow for a lot of people. Took a break through the summer. We're going to be doing one around Halloween. And it's going to be a full, kind of like a murder mystery event where we'll give away prizes and things like that. This one's actually a superhero themed event. So there's villains and superheroes, and it's like a team building. We break out into like virtual escape rooms. We have a company that's actually going to be running this. So it's a whole setup. It's a whole thing. So go ahead and register for that, but I'm just going to show you real quick the,
can I wear my Wonder Woman cape?
I mean, I feel like we should. I think that that's kind of a given that we should, don't you?
I think I have the bracelet somewhere. I could make that work. That would be fun.
Yeah. So this birthday bash is going to be on October 21st from 10 to 11:30 a.m. So you can register through that or register for that. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys, but you're obviously going to see lots of communications. Should be really fun. Lots of good prizes that will be given away. Talk about a couple things briefly, but really it's just, a way for us to celebrate turning 100 and, give some things away to our loyal members. Another thing, it looks like we got another 1990s. Nope, Nancy, we have been around since 1921.
Wow.
Pretty crazy. All right, so another thing that I want to also talk about that we have going on here in the fall, we're kind of just letting everybody know what's up and coming since everyone's so busy, is my photo class is back. Try to usually do one of these a quarter, but we didn't do one over the summer. It was just, too crazy. So there's going to be a 2-part photo class, one where you, sign in. It's also going to be on Zoom. Lots of information in that class. And then based on what you learn, you're going to have homework, and you can bring that to a meeting style Zoom where we can talk about our difficulties, things that we learned, share our favorite photos. And we also dive into the new pro smartphones in both of these classes, from photo editing to the features in the new pros, like I showed you, where you really get some amazing quality photos. They have the wide angle feature. So lots of content's covered in these 2 classes. Hoping to do the photo field trips maybe this winter. I don't love doing them in the winter because it's so cold and stuff to be outside. But given everything, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do one this winter for those who have attended the first 2 classes, and really get your photography skills up.
And I have to say, I've taken Taylor's class and I learned so much. I can't tell you how thankful I am, especially when it's stuff you never think about, like in those little powder rooms, where everybody just shoots the picture of the toilet. Taylor gives you some really great tips and tricks to make the room look larger and actually photo the room, not just see the toilet, how to make your hallways look longer. I mean, I learned so much, and she's even given me some great info on, I just got a new iPhone, how to let more light in and use the aperture features and how to really focus. And I've learned so much. I've taken all 3 of her classes and I love them. If you have not taken, remember the classes are free. They are part of your membership, but it's one of the classes that you really do have to take. It will show you how to do your job in a way that makes it so much easier to really show those rooms, because pictures are everything. And we should probably tell them that we're getting, let's go there.
Another new little inside info right now that we haven't announced yet is that we're getting even higher resolution in Paragon. It's actually going to be doubling to 3,000 PPI by 2,000 PPI. So that is going to like I said, double your quality of the resolution in your MLS photos and everything that it goes out to, from the single property websites and syndication and things like that. So that's really exciting because we had the highest in the state. Then we were not really behind. We still had we were the second, and now we have the highest in the state, which is awesome. So you'll see something go out about that too.
So take Taylor's class. She'll show you how to take great photos, and now your photos will be even more important.
Understand equipment, whether you have a DSLR or an iPhone, as well as photo editing, and just bring your questions. That's what I loved about the field trips. So we're trying to incorporate that, as everybody takes pictures. They talk about, their struggles and things like that. And critiques are the best way to learn. Because I've been through the ringer. I went to school for photography. So that was something we had to do every week, was get critiqued by the students and the teacher. And I swear it makes you better, because you don't want any negative. But you also take that and you apply it, and you just get better and better over time. So, and then another class that we have coming up is Colleen's beautiful class that her and Don Waldrop designed. We call it the donut hole class, because we have all these classes that cover this, this, and this, right? But there's something that just tying it all together that the agents need, from somebody who's just not producing where they want to be, or brand new to the industry. This is a great class for you. It's a 3-part program. Mine was a 2-part. This one's a 3-part. Where you cover lead generation, goal setting, opportunities, just kind of like inside tips from Colleen and Dawn, who've been in the industry for, I'm not going to say, a long time.
Yeah, my license when I was 2.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Since they were youngins. And then the second class is working with buyers and some strategies there, and the tools that you have through the MLS that allow you to work with buyers. And then closing it out with success with sellers. So things that, you need to know, as well as the tools to really, closing that deal and getting to that closing table.
Yeah. And right now it's more important than ever to talk about things like, appraisal guarantees and appraisal gaps. What do those mean? Seeing so many offers coming in so far over asking, how do you make sure they appraise? What's the right way and the wrong way? So we'll actually cover a lot of those different terms and things. So if you're new to the business, it's a great class. If you just want to, maybe you've been licensed a year or 2 and you want to increase your production, it's a great class to do. Now, I will warn you, there is homework, and you have to actually bring your homework. So that's kind of how it works. There's some accountability. You do have to do your homework, but it's a fun class.
Yeah. And same with mine too. But we're going to do it meeting style. Part 2 is a meeting style. So it feels like you're there in person. We talk about stuff. I'm fairly gentle. And
sure,
just,
she has
give
coffee
constructive criticism and ways that you can improve, or if you just get hung up on things. I mean, we all do. So I put the link to the 100-year birthday bash. That's October 21st. My photos classes start in October. Second one's in November, first week. And then Colleen's, as you guys can see, start in September. So we'd love to see you guys in those classes, but also keep in mind we have future Mixing It Ups, where we're going to have a builder on. We're going to talk about greening our home. We have
I need that one.
Tourism in Michigan.
Coaching coming up. Yeah.
We have a realtor panel. All that kind of stuff. So I'm really, really excited for season 3 of Mixing It Up.
Me too. We got some good stuff.
Yeah. So we try to keep it interesting and different for you guys. If there's any suggestions that you have for guests or anything that you would like, go ahead and let us know. There's going to be a survey that comes through after with, open text box for you to put anything that you would like to see in future episodes.
And it looks like Nancy had a question on the,
Donut
called the
hole
donut
class.
hole, or the roadmap to success is actually the real name, but it is kind of the donut hole class. Speaking of donut holes, I didn't get any breakfast. That sounded pretty good. September 9th, from 9:30, all the classes are from 9:30 to 12. We're hoping to be able to do this in person, but we're going to have to do one more round at least. We actually do it just like this Zoom webinar, but it's September 9th, September 16th, and September 23rd. And those are all Thursdays. So there are 3 successional Thursdays, and 9:30 to 12 is the class. And you can actually sign up right from Paragon. If you go under resources, there is the class schedule, and you can sign up right there, and for Taylor's class too.
Yep. I'll just show my flyer real quick.
Good question. There you go.
So mine's October 5th from 10:30 to 12:30. And then part 2 is November 2nd, 10:30 to 11. And then we will also have, what's the one thing too? The birthday bash.
I am so excited about this birthday bash.
I know. And the seating is limited. We bought tickets to this, so it doesn't cost anything. It's free. Are you seeing the flyer right now?
Am.
Yeah. So it is free to our members, but we paid for these seats. So it is limited for how many people can play the game. So go ahead and snag your seats now.
Do we get to play?
A couple staff members.
Cool.
We're going to have.
All right. I'm excited about this.
You know, the lively ones.
Oh, this is going to be really cool. I'm very excited. And you said it's a company that actually does this, right? So this is going to be really cool.
They'll be funny. They are, hosts, kind of funnier than us.
I don't know. Yeah. I think we're pretty funny, especially before coffee or after cocktails.
So the communications too that goes out, after cocktails for sure. But the communication goes out. There's a video that shows kind of a sample of how it's done, and people getting really into it. So this company does stuff for all industries, but they're one that I just got off the phone talking to them about that. They just did it for Google.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
These murder mystery escape room style events, and they just ran it for the like a Google team thing, and he said it was really crazy and fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now if you could just pick the person you want to kill, you're being.
Yeah. So you might be a villain, you might be a superhero, you sabotage, you do some team building, and you get some giveaways for us turning 100. So some birthday gifts. Okay.
Very cool.
So go ahead and did we have somebody that shared, you said?
We did. Ed shared.
Oh, okay.
So he shared to his business page. So good job.
Okay.
So do we ask him what his second prize? What you're gonna have to let us know what you would like for your second prize. I'm just gonna tell you, I'd go the coffee mug. I'm just kidding. Okay. Did he respond? I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, mug, please.
Okay.
All right. So
it's very cool. It's like a camping mug. It's very cool.
We'll have this posted on YouTube for you guys. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like us on Facebook and register for all these classes, or let your fellow agents know too if you can. All right.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Happy selling.